Welcome everybody to our 40th episode of our Bay Area Housing Market Town Hall webinar. I want to remind everybody to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you can get notification right away as soon as we post these new videos out. And let's get to it because I think there's so many things that we want to talk about, especially after last week's episode on the market. But let's start with some statistics with the Bay Area housing market updates. Let's look at some number here in terms of number of actives, what has been going on. Did the inventory comes back? And if you look at this right now, we see that the number of active listings on the market is still kind of low compared to last few years. And if we look at January 2023 listings, you'll see that the numbers are still quite a bit lower than last year's and also the previous 3 years. So we still don't have a lot of listings, and then we still hear a lot of our buyers complain about that there's really nothing to look at, unfortunately. But we do see a lot more buyers coming out though. But let's look at the number of sales compared to the number of active listings. And we've been reporting to you guys how the market has slowed down quite a bit since last year, April. And this gap where the yellow line is the number of active listings versus the number of sales, as you see that starting last year, April, the gap has become so much wider, right? The number of active listings compared to number of sales. Because the interest rate has gone up so quickly, a lot of buyers just pull back and say, like, you know what, we're going to hold, we're going to wait. And on top of that, as it reflected here, is that the sellers also didn't want to sell. The homeowners who have very low interest rate, they decided that they're just going to hold off and wait, maybe rent it out, or maybe they just decide not to move. And then the other side is that the buyers just think that I'm going to wait until the interest rate can come down or the price can come down. So definitely you see this huge gap starting April 2022, but then you do see the gap is starting to kind of go back to a little bit narrower, but is still much wider than what it was before April 2022. Now, in terms of the months of inventory, we are a lot better than January. January, we have 2.5 months of inventory down to 2 months of inventory. And again, we mentioned to you that, you know, a normal market is 4 to 6 months inventory, right? So we are still pretty good. And I have to say though, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen some crazy number of days on the market, and then how many people are making offers on some of these properties. So I'm expecting that next month, we're probably going to see this months of inventory drop down a little bit more. In terms of median days to sell, and like I mentioned earlier, you see this huge drop because we start seeing a lot more activities. In January 2023 was 28 days on the market, dropped down to 14 days on the market only. We see listings that are well prepared definitely move a lot faster nowadays. And then in terms of like the competitiveness, we went from below asking, went above asking price, although it looks like it's only 2% over, but it's actually pretty significant if you're combining 5 different counties and then look at the numbers and see how now the competition, basically we do have to offer over asking price. All right, so what happens to the withdrawn and canceled? We've been watching and tracking for the past few months because we saw like this huge jump from January 2022, 45 in Santa Clara County, jumped all the way up to like 400 listings in Santa Clara in June of 2022. But since then, you're starting to see that number of withdrawn and canceled has slowed down quite a bit, and it came back down to 124 listings in February 2023 for Santa Clara County. And San Mateo County, it went down from 167, the peak in August, went down to 60 listings only that was withdrawn. And then Alameda County, it went as far up as 500 listings, and then now down to 154. And San Francisco, it went as far up almost 300 listings. Oh, actually, in December, there was a lot of listings withdrawn in December because the market definitely has slowed down. At the time, a lot of people were planning on waiting until next year, basically this year, to buy. So that's why in December for San Francisco County, we had 362 listings and down to only 82 listings. And in Contra Costa County, of course, you see that there were as much as 450 in August 2022 and down to 157 listings only. And now we're looking at the list price decrease for different counties. Again, we had quite a bit of the pricing decrease to Santa Clara County at 688 listings in August that had a price decrease and down to only 171. And then San Mateo County down to 83 listings, Alameda County down to 194, but it went to as high as like 800, almost 800 listings back in summer of 2022. San Francisco County and it had gone down from 457 to 134, and Contra Costa County it went from like 837 in September and down to 224. So all of these counties, you pretty much see that the number of listings have price decrease. They all came down besides San Francisco. San Francisco actually had come up slightly since December. We start seeing a little bit more of listings have price decrease. I think they were expecting better demand over there, but it's not as high as they thought. So they still continue to have listing price decrease in those markets. And in terms of transaction fell through, there are about 87 listings combined in 5 counties. Only 87 in 5 counties. So we're talking about thousands of them, and there are only 87. But you'll see that because there's still these concern among the sellers, we do see sellers still choosing cash offers over finance offers. They are still feel uneasy because the lending institution have so many restrictions nowadays. The interest rate is still fluctuating. So we do see that a lot of sellers are still choosing cash offers over the finance offers. In terms of the pricing, the median sales price for each county, you see the Santa Clara County, last month we did tell you that it came up slightly from 1.465 in December, went up to 1.5. It came back down to 1.475. But San Mateo County, this is one number that I had to double check. I was like, whoa, what's going on? It went down a little bit to January for 1.48, but all of a sudden it came back up to 1.95 median sales price in San Mateo County. This is obviously, it's just like one off. There's this one particularly high price in San Mateo County, but it's just interesting to see like how the price has gone up quite a bit over, out of like hundreds of listings, and there was one that actually jumped up. And then Alameda County price had gone from 1.02 to 1.07. And for San Francisco County, it went from 1.385 to 1.44 in February 2023. And Contra Costa County went from 725,000 to 750,000 in February 2023. So across the board, besides Santa Clara County, most of them, they actually have gone up in price compared to last month. But if you compare to last year, the price definitely did come down about, I would say average about 22% from Santa Clara County, 18.06% drop from last year. San Mateo County, actually, if we use this 1.95, is the same, but I highly doubt that next month we're going to have the same price, despite we do see a much higher demand. Well, let's see if next one we're going to see $1.95 million still. And the Alameda County dropped about 19% from last year, and San Francisco County dropped about 25% from last year, and Contra Costa County dropped about 17% from last year. But we're almost there from last year's peak. Last year's peak, as you see highlighted here, they are around April and May of 2022. So it depends on which counties, but you see that in Santa Clara County, we basically dropped about 24% since last peak. And then San Mateo County is 13% since last peak. And Alameda County dropped about 28% since last peak. And San Francisco County about close 30% since last peak, and Contra Costa County about 23.47% since last peak. And I think this is also another reason why around this time, as we speak, we do see a lot more people coming out because they have noticed that the price have dropped so much compared to last year. And at the same time, the interest rate has kind of slowed down and going up so fast, so they have come out to start looking at properties as well. All right, so this is the chart that I want to show you guys with the offer battleground, where we've been making offers. We're looking at how many people are competing for one property. As you see, Los Gatos one for single family homes and asking about 3.675. They had 3 offers. It's still multiple offers, still gone above the asking price. And then in San Jose, this is like West San Jose. As you see, a single family house asking 2.3, they got 16 offers and went above $2.5 million. And in Alum Rock is San Jose area for fixer, $919,000, still received 5 offers in less than a week. And they received several cash offers, and in the end, they accepted it in 3 days only. Here and some other Southwest San Jose area, you see that they are competing with 30 offers. From 1.288 went up to 1.558, or 1.1 asking price went up to over $1.3 million. Is staggering to look at how many offers are there right now. And then when we are helping our clients make the offer, of course, sometimes they just shocked. They didn't think that there are going to be so many people. And just out of all these people, all the offers came in, I'm sure every single buyer was like, wow, the market did jump back up pretty quickly. And here Santa Clara, same thing. You'll see a lot of double digits or 9 offers, and then the sales price also significantly higher. And even this one, this is a very interesting one, we thought, because the seller, actually, I thought, we haven't seen this and we should see a little bit more. The seller is trying to sell this property with seller financing, and he has a 4.25% interest rate that he's willing to sell a finance to a new buyer for 10 years. And who wouldn't want a 4.25% right now, because you can't get it anywhere. Even though it's a fixer, well, I would say it's very dated and needs updating. They received 16 offers and they sold it at $1.35 million. And here you go, Milpitas, single family, 1.1 asking, received 44 offers and sold between 1.35 to 1.4. So it's the same story. And I'm going to tell you, Palo Alto, Atherton, double-digit offers, so well above asking price. While San Francisco here is a condo, $960,000, they received 1 offer just right around asking. So it's kind of interesting. San Francisco market definitely not as crazy as the South Bay at this time. Let's look at the mortgage rates as well. Freddie Mac, I don't know what's going on. They stopped giving us forecast. The last report I could find was October, and then I haven't seen any updates from their forecast anymore, but still continue to have forecasts from Fannie Mae. We got an updated one from February 2023, and the Mortgage Bankers Association March 2023, and National Association of Realtors March 2023. And again, reminding everyone, if you're not used to my chart, I have indicated in the parentheses here, basically the negative 30 basis point is the differences between the last update, which was January 2023 here, versus their new forecast. So their new forecast actually dropped. They expect that we're going to end 1Q 2023 at about 6.1 for the 30 years fixed conforming loan limit. And then for Fannie Mae 2Q, the forecast is going to be at 6%. They dropped from their previous forecast at 6.4%. And then 3Q at 5.9 and 4Q at 5.7% for the 30 years. As for Mortgage Bankers Association, they expected to end 1Q 2023 at 6.4, which is higher than what they had forecasted back in December 2022. And then 2023 2Q, they expect to be at 6.1%. 3Q 2023 at 5.7 and 4Q 2023 at 5.3. Now, National Association of Realtors, their forecast had changed quite a bit, has gone up 60 basis points compared to last forecast, and it has gone to 6.7% for 1Q 2023, 6.3% for 2Q 2023, 5.9% for 3Q 2023, and 5.6% for 4Q 2023. So again, that we are seeing, good news is that we start seeing all these projections going under 6%. So I'll be very curious to see, because I think a lot of people, when it went above 6%, a lot of buyers are definitely really hesitant, especially for conforming when it hit almost close to 7% at one point, but now it's coming back down and coming back below 6%. I think that's going to attract a lot of buyers coming back to the market. Wells Fargo, every month they give us like updated interest rate, and the 30 years fixed hasn't changed since last month. So it still stays at 5.5% for jumbo loan rate. So you see that jumbo loan is much lower than the conforming loan that we just told you guys about. Is over 6%, but jumbo loan for 30 years fixed is at 5.5% currently.
Thank you so much for watching our YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, make some comments, because we're going to keep you posted on the most updated real estate news, housing market data, and also real estate tips and advice from all over the real estate industry. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.